Today is going to be more of a Vinyasa flow. So get ready, get invigorated. We're going to create a good momentum for the day. And if you have any wood aromas, essential oils, I have what's called Shinrin Yoku. It is a blend of different essential oils, including lots of wood and some citrus essential oils. So if you have one of these or a wood essential oil, grab that, diffuse it, and I'm going to put just a drop in my hand. So when you are ready, you can pause the video, grab your oil. Once you have your oil, put a drop in your hand and take 3 deep breaths. You can rub the oil on the back of your neck. And the wood oils are very grounding, and that's what we want today. So our intention is I am radiant, grounded, and open to the flow of life. I am radiant, grounded, and open to the flow of life. So you can start in your Sukhasana easy pose, either sitting on a bolster or a pillow or just on your mat directly. You can have some blocks nearby, have a bolster. You can have a blanket for covering up at the end for our last pose. And you can just begin in a nice cross-legged pose. First, just stretch your legs out in front of you, bend your right knee, and just tuck that right ankle under the left knee. Then bend the left knee and put that left foot right over the right knee. So you're just kind of getting a good base here if you're able to do that. If not, you can tuck your left foot under your right knee. So either way, a nice kind of square position here. So you're nice and upright. Get the flesh out from under your sit bones. Sitting nice and tall, placing your hands on your knees, either palms up in a Gyan Mudra, which is the thumb and first finger together and the 3 last fingers stretching out straight. Tall in the spine, as if you have a string attached to the top of your head and pulling your spine and head towards the ceiling, and the chin is parallel to the mat. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Spouting the lips on the exhale. In through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time. You can have your gaze heavy towards the floor or your eyes closed. And we're going to start with a 3-part yogic breath. So on your inhale, you're going to expand the belly, pressing the belly all the way down to the base of the spine and through the belly. And then inhale a little bit more, expanding the chest. And then at the very end, a little bit more air, expanding just a bit into the collarbones. We're not raising our shoulders on the inhale. They stay nice and relaxed. And then on the exhale, we go from the collarbones, the chest, and then pressing the belly and contracting the belly, pressing all the way out. And then inhaling through the belly, the chest, and the collarbones. And hold for just a second and exhale from the collarbones, the chest, and then the belly, contracting, belly button towards spine, pressing all the air out. Inhale, belly, chest, and collarbone. Pause for a moment at the top and exhale, collarbone, chest, and abdomen. Keeping the spine tall. Inhale, do 4 more on your own. And exhale from the chest, the collarbone, the chest, and the belly. Contracting. Inhaling the belly, the chest, and the collarbone. Exhale the collarbone, the chest, and the belly contracting. Two more. Now we're going to add in a bit of a more aggressive breath. If you are on your menstrual cycle, you can continue with the yogic breath, but this is called Kapalbhati breath. It is a forceful breath, and it helps build the heat in the body. So we're going to be pressing the belly in tightly on the exhale, and then the inhale will come naturally. So as you exhale, you're just pressing your belly in to push the air out of the nose. So we're breathing in and out of the nose. So it's kind of like this. And you can press your hands, your right hand on your belly, just to feel that movement and that exhale. You're really just forcing the belly in to get that breath out. So we're going to do 15 rounds, about 1 second each. And you can go ahead and take a halfway deep breath in to the belly and begin. And exhale completely. Breathe normally. Keeping the legs and the back relaxed and the shoulders. Okay, again, halfway breath in. And we'll do 20 counts this time. Go ahead and begin. And exhale completely. Breathe normally. Feel your breath. Feel the energy, the warmth, the groundedness. One last round. We're going to go to 25 counts. So inhale and begin. And exhale completely. Inhale and breathe normally. Okay. And we're focusing on grounding ourselves into the earth, preparing for this momentum flow. All right, now come to all fours. Wrists right below the shoulders, knees right below the hips, tabletop position. You can have your toes flat down behind you, and we're going to begin some cat-cows. So inhale, belly button towards the mat, the tailbone goes towards the sky, the chest opens, head looks up a little bit. And exhale into cat. So bringing your belly button towards the spine, press the mat away and curl in, the tailbone towards the belly button, the pubic bone towards the belly button. And inhale back into cow, pressing the belly button towards the mat. Open up the chest, tailbone to the sky. Exhale, cat. Belly button to spine, curl the spine. Tailbone is down, pressing the mat away with your hands and chin to chest. Cow, inhale, open, and cat, exhale. Curve the spine, chin to chest. Do that 4 more times on your own. And just do any movement for your spine right now that feels good. You can do some circles with your hips. I like to bring circles all the way down and around. If you want to join me in that, just to kind of open up the hips and the pelvis, we can do 3 big circles coming in both directions. One to the left, down and to the right. Left, down to the heels and back up to the right. And then again, if you didn't already do the other side. Right now we'll do some bird dogs. So right arm is going to come up towards our ears. That left leg is going to go back. If you want to stay here, you can. Suck in the belly button so you're not arching in the back. And if you want a little bit more, raise up that left leg. Inhale, exhale, back down. Now bring up that left arm. Bring the right leg back. If you want more, raise up that right leg. Suck in the belly. Don't arch in the back. You're activating your glutes here. Exhale down. Opposite side. Both right arm and left leg up. Not arching in the back. You can look forward just a little bit into the front of the mat. So you're not looking down too much, like you're not bending your neck. Having a nice long spine. Other side, inhale. And exhale down. Again, right and left. Inhale. And exhale down. And left and right. Inhale. And exhale down. All right. Now we're going to go into child's pose real quick. So spread your knees nice and wide, toes are touching, and reach forward to get a nice stretch in that low back and in the hips. Forehead comes to the mat. Inhale and exhale, stretching the low back, pressing the hips towards the heels. And come back up, hands on the knees, and then back into your all fours. Press up in the hips, your first downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Sometimes I have a hard time saying that word. Svanasana. You can pedal your feet, walk the dog, pedal your knees back and forth, pressing into all finger pads of the hands, pressing away with the hands so you're not pushing into the wrists. Now bend the right knee deeply, straighten the left, and press the right knee towards the left side of the mat, opening the left side body. Really keep pressing into that left hand so you're not putting all the weight onto the right. But here you want to just open up that left side body and come back to center. Press back with your hands, heels towards the mat where you can. Press deep, bend that left knee deeply and push it towards the right side of the mat, opening the right side body. Really continue to press into the right hand so you're not putting all your weight on the left. Inhale and exhale. Open that side body. Back to center. And walk yourself up to your hands to the front of your mat. And just dangle in a ragdoll position. Belly's on the knees. Knees are bent strong. And you can just hang for a second. Might want to grab the opposite elbows. Just let your head fall
be long. You can wave back and forth a little bit. Move your body, get that decompression in the spine to get started. Warm up the joints. Hands to the mat and gently roll the spine one vertebrae at a time all the way up to the top. Arms all the way up. Right hand grabs that left wrist. Press to the right side of the mat. Inhale back to top. Grab the right wrist with your left hand. Press to the left side of the mat. All the way back up to the top. One more time, both sides. Lean to the right. Exhale. Inhale top. Lean to the left. Exhale. And back up to top. Let the arms come all the way down. All right, starting in our mountain pose. So mountain pose, you want to stay strong foundation, feeling all parts of the feet, the ball of the foot, the pinky side of the foot, and the heel of the foot, both sides. So we're nice and strong. Our knees are activated, pulling our upper legs to a nice taut position. Tilt your tailbone just slightly down towards the mat, so we're not arching in the back, but we're keeping a nice strong foundation. Roll the shoulders back, suck in the belly a little bit, good core, and hands are pointing down towards the mat. Fingers are active. We want all of our muscles to be active during yoga. Spreading the toes wide, chin is parallel to the mat. And inhale and exhale. We're grounded and ready for what life has to offer today in this flow, radiant and grounded. We're going to start with sun salutation A. So inhale your arms all the way up, a slight back bend if you can. And in this back bend, we don't want to lock the low back. We're just pressing the hips forward and pressing our arms back towards our ears. And exhale, forward fold, hinging at the hips. You can keep your knees bent here if you like, or you can keep them straight. If you have your knees active and your quads activated, then just allow the back of the legs to stretch. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, so you can have your blocks here, ready for them to be used. You can press on your blocks, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Now here if you want to use your blocks, now step your right leg back about 4 feet. Press that knee down to the mat, foot flat. The left knee is at a 90-degree angle. Press forward with the chest and the hips down towards the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And then curl those toes back under, raise that right knee, and press the left leg back to meet the right. Here you can stay on your blocks if you like, have them directly under your shoulders, or you can put your blocks away and just have your your hands on the mat. Inhale, high plank. Now in your high plank, really have your abdominals strong and press away with the mat, kind of rounding that upper back. We're not caving in into the back, into the shoulders. Knees down to the mat, and then the chest comes down to the mat. Hips are still up in the air, and then glide onto your mat. Here you can go into Sphinx pose. Elbows are under the shoulders, palms are facing down, wide on your mat, and pressing the chest forward, pressing the tailbone down towards your feet. Or you can go into baby cobra, pressing your hands directly under your shoulders. Again, tailbone towards the mat, towards the feet, and just press your chest open a bit. We're rolling the spine backwards. We're not really locking in the shoulders. We're simply rolling the spine backwards. Or if you have it, you can go all the way up into your full cobra here, and then back down. Press up into your downward facing dog. Press into the hands, press back with your tailbone and your heels towards the mat wherever you can. Now inhale that right leg all the way up to the sky and bend the knee And open up the pelvis towards the right side of the mat, allowing it to just open here. Take some big circles with your knee, both directions, getting that hip joint nice and loose and lubricated, and getting ready for lots of movement. And then back to center. Now I want you to bring your knee towards your abdomen, rolling in your belly, and inhale it all the way to the front of the mat. If you need to use your hand, if it doesn't quite meet there, then you can use your hand to walk your foot to the front. So now we are going to bring that left foot all the way to the front to meet it, and forward fold. Inhale, arms all the way up, hinging at the hips, slight back bend, and exhale down. Now we'll do the left side. Inhale, arms up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, press your tailbone towards the back of the mat and your head towards the front, lengthening the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back. Knee goes down, foot goes flat, and you're pressing the pelvis towards the floor, opening the chest. Here again, you can use your blocks if you want. And exhale, right leg goes back, high plank, and into your chaturanga, modified chaturanga, which is your knees, your chest, and roll forward into your sphinx, your low cobra, or your high cobra. Just simply rolling the spine backwards. If you have any serious spinal injuries, please avoid the full cobra and do what is comfortable. Come back down, exhale, and inhale into your downward facing dog. Left leg all the way up to the sky, and open up that left thigh, the left hip, bending the knee deeply, pressing the foot back towards the right side of the mat. Do some nice big circles with that hip. Big circles in the air with the knee, opening the hip, allowing it to get some fluids and stretching. Back to center. And inhale, you curl in through the abdominals all the way up. And walk that left leg forward. Right knee down, right foot down. Inhale, open up the chest, press the hips down. And exhale, walk that foot forward to meet the left, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale down. All right, a little bit faster this time now that you've got it. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. 1. Inhale, 2, back bend, arms up. Exhale, 3, forward fold. We're not going to do the halfway lift this time. Inhale, 4, all the way back with the right leg, knee down, foot down, into your low lunge. And exhale, high plank. Hold your breath here for a second. You can put your knees, your chest down, or your full chaturanga. Come into your high cobra, low cobra, or sphinx. Inhale. Exhale, down a little bit with the elbows and hips up into your downward facing dog. Inhale. Right leg comes forward in between the hands. Left leg down, left foot down. Press those hips down and open the chest. Inhale. Exhale all the way to the front with the left foot, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Slight back bend, and exhale, arms down. Now left side, inhale and exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back, left knee down, left foot down. Inhale all the way into your lunge here. Hold the breath for high plank. down into your modified chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Down a little bit and exhale into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale the left leg forward. And exhale, right leg forward. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale down. Okay, we're going to do another round of that. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Try to do it with one movement, one breath. Inhale, arms up, back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, right knee down, right foot down. Inhale. Exhale, high plank. Hold your breath, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Left leg down. And exhale, left leg forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Slight back bend and exhale, arms down. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back. Right, left knee down, left foot. Exhale, high plank. Hold your breath. All the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg forward. And exhale, right leg forward, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. And exhale, arms down. Take a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Still strong in our stance. Okay, we'll do one more round of Surya namaskar. A. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back. Knee and foot down to the mat. Exhale, high plank. Hold your breath. Knees and chest to the mat. Roll forward. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Left leg down. Exhale, left leg forward. Forward fold. Inhale all the way back up, back bend. And exhale down. Inhale, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Press the hips forward. Don't lock in the low back. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, left leg back. Press the hips down. Exhale down, high plank. Hold the breath, knees, chest to the mat. Roll forward. Cobra, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg forward. And exhale, right leg forward. Forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Press the hips forward and exhale, arms down to the side. Now we'll move into Surya Namaskar B. So that's just going to be a little bit different. I'm going to add a couple poses. So first, back into our strong mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale, bend the knees deep. We're going into chair pose, Utkatasana. So you want to be able to see your toes. Okay, and you want to be able to lift your toes up off of the mat if you can. And bring your hands out just in front of you or all the way up towards your ears, wherever you're able to. Try not to arch in the low back while pressing the tailbone down towards the mat. Your weight is in your heels. Inhale and exhale. I'm going to hold it for just a second. Press the belly button towards the spine. And exhale, forward fold, straighten the knees, bend at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now step that right leg back. You might not go back quite as far because now we're going to go into Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. So you have your foot, your back foot at a 45-degree angle, facing just slightly the right side of the mat. You can have your feet a little bit wider apart here to give you some balance, or wherever you feel like you have a good base. Now have a bend in that front left knee and inhale your arms up over your head, triceps towards the ears. We're not opening in the pelvis. We're keeping it closed, meaning that the right side of the hip is still facing the front of the mat. Press into the back edge of the back foot so that way you have a good sturdy stance and a nice deep bend in the front knee. Okay, and if you need to, you can always bring that back knee or back foot up off of the floor. If this is not accessible, just go into more of a high lunge. So high lunge is where your heel is just above the toes and you are doing the same pose, triceps to the ears. So if you are in Warrior 1, 45 degree on that back foot, pressing into the back edge of the foot, hips, left hip is going back, right hip is going forward, and you can even clasp your hands together, point your first finger up towards the sky, straightening your arms, and look up just slightly. A little back bend maybe, but press the tailbone towards the mat so you're not arching too much in the low back. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down to the mat, pivot on that back foot, bring the left foot back down or back to meet the right foot, high plank. And here we're going to go into a full chaturanga, or you can stay with the modified one that we did in Surya Namaskar A. So elbows all the way to the ribs, down into your yogic push-up, and then curl on your toes so your feet are flat. Come into your upward facing dog. So you are having your feet, your knees up off of the floor, off of the mat, pressing into the hands, opening the chest, and then gently roll on your feet and press your hips all the way to the sky into downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Now bring that right foot forward. And we'll go into Virabhadrasana 1 on this side. Adjust that back foot just how you did the other side. So a 45-degree angle, pressing in the back part of the edge of the foot. Open up. Inhale, arms to the triceps. Press that right hip back and left hip forward. Bend in that front knee. Again, you can clasp your hands here. Open up the chest a bit. Or wherever you're comfortable. Exhale all the way back down to the mat. Pivot on that back foot. If you had it at the 45-degree angle, bring your right foot to meet the left. Again, chaturanga or your modified chaturanga, which was knees, chest, and into your cobra, or all the way down, yogic push-up, flip on the toes, Urdhva Makha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Legs are very active here. And press into your downward facing dog. And inhale, stepping all the way to the front with both legs. Forward fold, exhale. And inhale all the way back up into your chair pose, bending the knees deeply, pressing your weight into the heels, pushing the tailbone towards the mat, opening up in the chest and looking just in front of you. And exhale all the way to a standing position. All right, let's do that again. So, nice, strong in your foundation. Exhale and inhale. Now on your next inhale, bend your knees deeply into your chair pose. Raise your arms up wherever you did at the first, wherever you're comfortable with. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale all the way up, raising up, pressing into that back foot, pushing the hip forward, and bend in that left knee. Exhale, back down to the mat, pivot on the back foot, left foot meets the right, high plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward, pivot on that back foot. Exhale, inhale all the way up to Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, back down to the mat, pivot on that back foot. Right leg meets the left. Chaturanga again. Inhale, upward facing dog. Strong in the legs, pressing the pelvis towards the mat, but not touching. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, step all the way to the front of the mat. Exhale, bend deeply in the knees. Weight is in the heels. And inhale up to your Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, stand strong into mountain pose. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to do it again. Inhale, bend deeply into Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right leg back. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, down to the mat. Pivot on that back foot, high plank. And into your chaturanga or modified. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg forward. Pivot on that left foot. And all the way up into your warrior 1 on the other side. Exhale down to the mat again. Right leg meets the left. And chaturanga. Inhale. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. And inhale. Step forward. Exhale. Forward fold. Inhale, knees bent and into chair pose. And exhale, stand tall. One more time. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back. Pivot on that right foot. Bend deeply in the left. All the way up. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, down to the mat. Pivot on that back foot. Left foot meets the right. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg forward. Pivot on that left foot. Inhale all the way up to warrior 1 on the other side. Exhale down. Right leg meets the left, high plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll on those feet. And inhale all the way to the front. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. And exhale to standing. 3 deep cleansing breaths here. Inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. You're doing great. Okay, now we are going to open our feet wide, facing the side of the mat. And here we are going to have our feet out, your toes pointing out, our heels in, wherever you're comfortable here. We're going to do a couple goddess pose squats. So once you're in this position, you can don't quite lock your knees, but be in a good sturdy position. Inhale the arms up. And then palms facing forward. We're going to cactus the arms and also bend at the legs, opening up the pelvis and the chest and the shoulders. Inhale back up. Exhale down. Really pressing the thighs open, the knees to the sides. Inhale up. And exhale back down. I am radiant and grounded. You might topple a little. I'm radiant and grounded and open to the flow of life. Inhale up. Do a few more. Exhale, squat. Inhale up. Exhale, squat. Inhale up. Exhale, squat. One more. Inhale up. Exhale, squat. Very good. Now place your hands on your knees. And I want you to press away the right leg and put the right shoulder in towards the center, giving your pelvis a nice stretch. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Well, you're facing the right, but you're pushing on the left. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side. Pressing the knee away. Inhale to center and press to the other side. Okay, back up, straighten the legs, pivot the toes forward. You may want to widen your stance just a little bit if you're comfortable with that. Hands on the hips. Open the chest, press the elbows towards each other in the back. Nice and open. Pivot at the hips and forward fold. Bring your hands down to the floor. Nice flat back. And here, you can stay here. You can have blocks under your hands if you like, or you can gently bring your elbows down towards the mat and your head. Breathe deep. Stretch into the back of the legs, the inner thighs. Try to keep the back nice and straight. Relax the head and neck. Now on your next inhale, come back up where your hands are still planted on the floor and walk your hands gently over to the right, stretching that left side body. Really press forward with that left arm. Stretching in the shoulder. And back to center. Inhale. Walk it over to the left. Press away with that right arm. Stretching that right side body and the right shoulder. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, come all the way up, strong back, hinging at the hips. And heel toe your feet back together. Shake out the legs. Did great. All right, now we're going to come down onto the mat and we're going to do a nice child's pose. Knees are as wide as the mat, toes are touching. And if it's hard on the knees, you can put a blanket or a pillow between the calf and the thighs and just sit on the pillow. Or you can put a block under the hips and sit on the block. Wherever you feel is good for your knees, and you can also put a blanket under the knees. So stretch forward into your child's pose, head to the mat, elbows straight, palms facing down. Press the hips towards the heels. Three deep breaths. On your next inhale, walk your hands back, hands on the knees. Put your heels to one side, sit on the mat, and bring your feet out to the front. Then grab the back of your thighs. We're just going to do a couple rock and rolls. So gently roll onto your back and back up again. Roll back and back up again. Do that a couple more times. Kind of a massage for the back here. And then once you're back on your back and you're nice and relaxed, open up your knees, keeping the soles of the feet together into a butterfly position. Here you can have some bolsters or blocks under your thighs. If that feels more comfortable, the closer the heels are to the groin, the more stretch you're going to feel. So get it into a nice comfortable position for you. Nice deep breath. If you feel like you need more stretch, bring your heels towards the groin, or you can add your hands onto your thighs for a little extra weight. On your next inhale, use your hands, gently bring your knees back up to them to meet them each other, and hug your knees in towards the chest. Inhale, head to knee. Exhale all the way back down. Inhale, head to knee, shoulders up. And exhale down. Now bring your knees a little bit wider towards your armpits. You can thread your arms in between the knees, grabbing the feet. You can grab the ankles, the inside of the feet, the big toes, or the outside of the feet. And you're going to press the thighs towards the mat on the sides of you into happy baby pose. Really press the thighs down. Push the feet towards the ceiling, and your knees and thighs are at a 90-degree angle. You can come to a slight rock, moving your body back and forth. Happy baby. Try to keep your sacrum or your tailbone, your low back on the mat. Here's a good pelvis and thigh stretch. Don't forget to breathe and smile. And relax the legs one at a time. Come all the way down, feet on the mat. We'll windshield wiper the legs back and forth a little bit. A couple little twisting here, left and then the right. You can look to the opposite side as your legs go to one side. If you have a bolster, you can use it, or you may not need it. Bring that right leg straight, hug in the left knee. You can have the bolster onto your right side and arms wide as at shoulder height. Gently bring your left leg to the right so it can rest on the bolster. Or if you don't want to use the bolster, you can use your right arm and give yourself a nice extra twist, keeping that left shoulder on the mat and looking towards the left side. Nice spinal twist here. If you're feeling any tension in the low back, try to press your tailbone towards the feet a bit. Inhale back into the center. Bring that left leg straight, hug in the right knee. Again, you can use the bolster on the opposite side or use your left hand to gently twist you to the left and your right shoulder on the floor, looking over the right side, spinal twist. Inhale back to center and relax the legs down. Bring your feet back up to the mat. Knees bent, heels are towards the hips, hands are flat on the mat, facing down towards the heels. We're going to go into a couple bridge poses. So on your inhale, press into the heels and peel your hips and then your back off the mat. Tuck your shoulders in just slightly. Don't look around. Keep your chin towards the chest. Inhale. And press those feet into the mat and pretend like you're squeezing a block in between the knees. Really press the chest towards the sky. And exhale all the way back down, one vertebrae at a time from the top to the bottom. Again, peel yourself off the mat. Inhale, press into the heels. Here, if you want to, you can clasp the hands underneath you and gently walk the shoulders down underneath you a little bit. Try not to press into the neck. Really press the chin towards the sternum, towards the chest, so your neck is more relaxed. And really press with the hips up towards the sky. And release the hands and the shoulders and gently exhale all the way back down. Hug the knees in one more time. Inhale, head to knees. Exhale down. And relax the feet as wide as the mat and spread your hands out, palms facing up. Here you can grab a face cover, eye cover. You can grab a blanket, a bolster under your knees if you like for our final Savasana pose. I am grounded, I am radiant and ready for the flow of life. Stay here and sink into this position, allowing yourself to feel all the great work you just did. Thank yourself, thank your body, and thank you for joining me. Just focus on your breath here, relaxing each part of your body, of yourself. I'll guide you through a short relaxation. And just imagine your feet and your toes. And say to yourself, my toes are relaxed. My feet are relaxed. My legs are relaxed. My hips are relaxed. My pelvis and my abdomen are relaxed. My chest is relaxed. My fingers, my hands, and my arms are relaxed. My entire back, low back, mid back, upper back, and shoulders are all relaxed. My neck, my face, my tongue, my eyebrows, my ears, and my head are relaxed. Now thinking more internally, my bones, my muscles, my blood, all my organs are relaxed. Now just take a few moments to sink into yourself. Now, if you're ready to come back into your space, you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, turn your head side to side. Give yourself a good morning stretch all the way up with your arms, pointing the toes down. Bring your knees towards your chest. Roll onto your right side. Head on top of the bottom arm, top arm in front of your chest. Bit of a fetal position. And when you're ready, come to a seated position with your eyes heavy or completely closed. Come back into Sukhasana, easy pose, to your cross-legged position. You can grab your bolster or your pillow if you needed it. Hands on the knees.
you can again go into your Gyan Mudra. I am grounded, radiant, and ready for the flow of life. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Bring your hands to heart center. Rub your hands together. Cover your face. Set your intention again for the day. The momentous intention that you have to go forward. Massage your eyes a bit in your face. Open your eyes gently, looking at your palms. Bring your palms away from your face. And your blessing from Mother Earth. Thank you very much for joining me. Namaste.